Amy Hunt's 22.19-second European 200-meter gold medal performance represents one of the finest examples of modern sprint biomechanics. This race was not simply about speed. It was a demonstration of efficient force production, optimal sprint mechanics, elite neuromuscular coordination, and exceptional resistance to fatigue. Understanding how this performance was achieved provides valuable insight into the future of world-class sprinting and the science that drives elite athletic performance. What made Amy Hunt's performance so remarkable? Amy Hunt combined explosive acceleration, efficient curve running, high maximum velocity, and exceptional speed maintenance throughout the race. Her ability to preserve sprint mechanics under fatigue allowed her to hold off world-class challengers and produce one of the fastest times of her career. How does sprint speed actually work? Sprint speed is created through the interaction of stride length and stride frequency. Elite sprinters maximize both variables while minimizing wasted motion. The challenge is not simply moving the legs faster but applying force to the ground efficiently and repeatedly. Why is force production so important in sprinting? The fastest sprinters generate extremely large forces against the track within very short ground contact times. The athlete who can produce the most effective force in the shortest amount of time gains the greatest speed advantage. How did Amy Hunt accelerate so effectively? During the early stages of the race, she maintained an efficient forward body angle that allowed force to be directed horizontally. This posture enabled rapid acceleration while preserving energy for later phases of the sprint. Why is the transition phase critical? The transition from acceleration to upright sprinting must occur smoothly. A sudden rise in posture can disrupt momentum and reduce efficiency. Elite sprinters gradually become upright as velocity increases, allowing continuous speed development. What is a force-velocity profile? A force-velocity profile describes how effectively an athlete produces force across different running speeds. Elite sprinters possess both high force capabilities at low speeds and exceptional force application at high speeds. Why does vertical force matter so much? Although sprinting appears horizontal, vertical force is crucial because it allows the body to rebound rapidly from the track. Greater vertical force production leads to shorter contact times and higher running velocities. How does the ground help create speed? Every step generates a reaction force from the track. The better an athlete applies force downward and backward, the greater the propulsive force returned by the ground. What role do the ankles play? Elite sprinters possess highly efficient ankle stiffness. The ankle acts like a spring that stores and releases energy. Excessive ankle collapse wastes energy and reduces sprint efficiency. Why is ankle stiffness beneficial? Stiff ankles reduce energy loss during ground contact. This allows more force to be transferred into forward motion and helps maintain speed during the middle and late stages of the race. How does center of mass influence sprinting? The center of mass must move efficiently through space. Excessive bouncing or side-to-side movement wastes energy. Elite sprinters keep movement controlled while maintaining enough vertical displacement for elastic energy return. How does flight time affect sprint speed? Flight time must be optimized. Too much time in the air reduces stride frequency while too little may limit stride length. Elite sprinters balance both factors to maximize velocity. What makes stride length effective? Stride length is not simply a result of long legs. It depends on force production, hip extension power, elasticity, and sprint technique. Efficient stride length allows athletes to cover more ground without overreaching. What is overstriding? Overstriding occurs when the foot lands too far in front of the body. This creates braking forces and slows the athlete. Elite sprinters position the foot close to the center of mass during contact. How do limb proportions affect sprinting? Certain limb proportions can improve rotational efficiency and leverage. However, success depends on how effectively the athlete uses these physical characteristics through training and technique. Why is hip extension important? Powerful hip extension generated by the gluteal muscles contributes significantly to propulsion. Strong and rapid hip extension helps create longer and more forceful strides. How do elite sprinters balance stride frequency and stride length? The fastest athletes find an optimal balance between covering ground with each step and taking enough steps per second. Excessive focus on either variable alone can reduce overall speed. What makes sprint coordination so difficult? Sprinting requires the precise timing of multiple muscle groups. Every movement must occur within fractions of a second while maintaining posture and efficiency. How does the nervous system influence sprinting? The nervous system controls muscle recruitment and movement timing. Elite athletes rapidly activate powerful fast-twitch muscle fibers and coordinate them with remarkable precision. What are neural firing patterns? Neural firing patterns describe how the brain and nervous system activate muscles during movement. Efficient patterns allow faster limb movement and better force production. Why is posture important at maximum velocity? Proper posture helps direct force efficiently and reduces unnecessary movement. A stable torso allows the legs and arms to operate more effectively. How does the nervous system influence sprinting? The nervous system controls muscle recruitment and movement timing. Elite athletes rapidly activate powerful fast-twitch muscle fibers and coordinate them with remarkable precision. What are neural firing patterns? Neural firing patterns describe how the brain and nervous system activate muscles during movement. Efficient patterns allow faster limb movement and better force production. Why is posture important at maximum velocity? Proper posture helps direct force efficiently and reduces unnecessary movement. A stable torso allows the legs and arms to operate more effectively. How do sprinters maintain speed under fatigue? Elite sprinters focus on relaxation, posture control, efficient arm action, and maintaining force production even as fatigue increases. These factors reduce the rate of deceleration. Why does every sprinter slow down near the finish? Fatigue gradually reduces force production and coordination. The goal is not to avoid slowing down completely but to minimize the amount of speed lost. How did Amy Hunt control deceleration? She maintained efficient mechanics, stable posture, and effective force application deep into the race. This allowed her to preserve more speed than many competitors. Why are the final meters so important? Championship races are often decided by who slows down the least. Athletes who maintain technique and force production under fatigue gain a significant advantage. How is modern technology changing sprint training? Wearable sensors, motion analysis systems, force monitoring tools, and high-speed video provide detailed information about every aspect of sprint performance. Coaches use this data to identify small improvements that can produce meaningful gains. What is ground contact efficiency? Ground contact efficiency refers to how effectively force is applied during the brief moment the foot touches the track. Greater efficiency produces higher speeds without additional energy expenditure. Finally, Amy Hunt's 22.19 performance demonstrates how modern sprinting is driven by biomechanics, physics, and elite athletic preparation. Her race showcased efficient acceleration, powerful force production, optimized stride mechanics, excellent neuromuscular control, and remarkable resistance to fatigue. As sports science continues to evolve, performances like this provide valuable insight into the future of sprinting and the ongoing pursuit of human speed. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth sports science and biomechanics content.